and Steve Jaros and Parker Bohn III. This was after Hammer beat the Loops. Can't beat Hammer.
First shot.
Oh,
Not quite.
Jaros came up right there. Oh yeah, and Jaros beat the Kent and of course Deadeye to get to the title match against Parker Bohn.
25-5 to the runner-up, so very, very good money here in Japan, and believe me, that's one of the things that the pros appreciate about this tournament. It really is not just an enjoyable tournament from the aspect of being able to come to another country, but it's nice to have that big money up on top.
Yep, Jaros stays in the
With the
fifth.
2-8, Jaros covers it, and now we're going to see our tournament leader, Parker Bohn III, and when I think of left-handers, certainly Earl Anthony and Johnny Petraglia, Dave Davis, and great left-handers, Mike Albee, but you got to throw Parker Bohn in.
Well, he's the best left-hander on tour right now, and you may just want to call him the best bowler on tour right now.
First shot. Oh.
Bohn strikes in the
Starts it off with
face.
a strike.
Very aggressive shot for Parker Bohn III. Is something may have distracted him a little bit. Instead of throwing the ball perfect, he threw it. Well, he did throw it perfect.
Parker 35, 5'11", 150 pounds, but boy, he can get an awful lot on that ball.
Well, it's done with the backswing. If you take a look at Parker up here in the second frame, if you can watch the length of his swing and how fluid it is, you know, really no wasted motion, just really, it's fun to watch Parker Bohn, and look at that
Parker
shot.
doubles.
The strength of Parker Bohn III as he rips the rack. Takes an early 10-pin lead over Steve Jaros.
Best for streaming, gaming, podcasting, and working from home.
So Parker Bohn, a big double to start this title match here in the 98 Japan Cup.
Unlimited mobile free. Switch today. Why settle for any meal
Jaros
when you can have one
in the second frame.
Wawa's $5 big breakfast deal gets you any system breakfast sandwich,
Stubborn
any size
7
iced
pin.
coffee, and a hash
And
brown.
both of his shots, Phil, have been light in the pocket. Left a 2-8 in the first frame. Light in the pocket. Now it got a little more of the head pin, but still was not able to crumble out the 7-pin. He's looking at an 11-pin deficit, and doesn't it look like Parker Bohn's been the one that's been bowling on this pair for the last hour and not Steve Jaros?
Jaros picks up.
Just barely.
Spare.
Kind of nicked it, but that's all you need. Just touch it, get it done.
Engine caught fire as it taxied to the gate.
Jaros, though, coming off that win over Walter Ray Williams Jr. to make it here into the title match.
It was pretty scary.
Well, he's been bowling great so far. He's bowled 2 games on our televised pair. He's got a 237 and a 238.
All the times that I've been flying, I've never seen anything
So
like
he
that.
certainly should be lined up. Shouldn't be having any problem getting to the pocket anyway. Sometimes carry a little tough. See what he does in the third.
More of a
Oh.
9 stand.
And Jaros
I
could
really
not
think
get
that's a
that behind the
result
goal.
of coming in light in the first couple of frames, makes a little bit of an over-adjustment, and you saw the pin roll over into the 9-pin. Looked like it might topple it over. These are the 3-pound, 10-ounce pins. Didn't quite get it as we take a look at a replay of Steve Jaros. Really throws the ball with a lot of conviction, very much like Walter Ray. As hard and straight at that
Spare
9-pin.
in the face.
No problem with the spare, but right now he understands that spares are not going to be good enough against the likes of Parker Bohn III, who started out with 2 strikes in a row to open up this match.
And this year marked the 5th time in 14 years that the championship round of the Japan Cup comprised of all PBA players. So
Happening today, it is the 14th
Parker
day
Bohn
of the
working
third
on that
month,
double.
3-1-4.
Watch the style, watch the result.
Whoa.
Constant.
Bohn making it 3 in a row.
And he does. Parker Bohn perfect in 3 frames. Steve Jaros, 3 spares. Parker Bohn, 3 strikes. Parker Bohn is loose.
NationalDayCalendar.com says that the
And by
first
far,
major observance of
bowling the
High Day
best
was
of
in
anybody
1988 at the
on
San
the tour this
Francisco
year.
Exploratorium. And Linville Orchards in Media
So
Delaware
Parker,
County is having a little fun
little
with
extra
it.
time.
Its
He
bakery is
started
offering
off this match 3 in a row, getting up
off
in
its
the
pies.
4th frame. He said he'd love to be voted Player of the Year. This could be the year.
Well, with a good performance here, this will go a long way
Oh,
to taking him
make
there.
that 4 in a row.
And he is pumped up. It is Parker Bohn III on top, going up against Steve Jaros here in the title match. We have more coming your way.
Time now for big talkers.
And we're back here in the title match.
Full of overstimulation and distraction.
playing
Do
way
we still
left.
get to experience boredom? Hardly. And when we're bored, we often pull out our phones.
Joe
So
strikes.
Jaros a strike in the fourth frame, but Parker Bohn has ripped off 4 straight
But
strikes.
this is why our kids
start this
don't know
match.
how to be bored.
And Steve
Like,
Jaros needs to
actually
answer
bored.
back with a
Without
double
cell
of his own,
phones,
Phil.
tablets, social
He's already
media,
finds
and
himself
unlimited
32
access to
pins
streaming.
in the rear.
We didn't
Needs
have those
to
distractions growing up. When we were bored,
pick up the
we read
pace
a book,
right here.
did some art, or imagined
Put the
some
pressure
play.
on
Our
Parker
parents
Bohn
just said, figure it
III.
out. But now, surprisingly, research shows that kids
Has
are more
14
bored
career
than ever. And
300
that's according to
games.
data collected by Monitoring the Future, which studies trends in adolescence. 45%
Looks
of
good.
high school seniors say they
Oh,
are
does not
often
make the
bored.
final break
That
back up
number
into the
is
pocket, and he leaves
37%
another light
compared to
7 pin.
years prior.
On a shot that I
A
thought
teen
was going to
therapist
come
says
back. Must
boredom
not
is
have gotten the
seed
proper
of creativity.
wrist lift
So when
on the
people
ball.
are avoiding boredom all
Ball hung
the
just a
time,
little bit.
they never actually get to create.
Another 7
A
pins here
psychologist
in the
chimed in
fifth
saying
frame.
this about kids. If we never allow
Jaros
ourselves to
needs to
have
pick
that
it up and
feeling
then
of wondering, what should
hope
I do
Parker
with
slows
this
down
time?
just a bit.
How will we do that as adults?
That's not all we can do right now.
Sparing the fifth.
Too. So are we setting our kids
Parker
up for
Bohn,
failure when we kind of come up with the ideas for
35
them when they
years
complain
of
about
age.
being bored? Experts say
And
remove
he
the
has
devices
earned at least
and challenge your kids to
$100,000
find
each
something
of the
to
last
do.
6
One
years
thing
in
about
each
this study
of the
that struck a
last
chord with me
9
is that
years.
when the kids are bored,
Well, he's
as
a great
parents, we
player.
almost feel like we're, inadequate or like a deficiency.
Certainly
like,
been
oh, we're not
nothing
doing a
but
good
perfect
job.
so far
No,
in
they
this
need
game.
to learn how to just be
Looking
still
for 5 strikes
and
in a
come
row.
take in those quiet moments.
He leaves
and
a
figure
7
out
pin.
what to
That's
do.
That's the
Yeah.
7th
Like,
pin.
you do a lot of yoga, and I feel like obviously that's not
We're happy to
a
avert the
practice
split, but
in
Parker
boredom,
threw what
but
he
it is
thought was a good
practice in
enough shot
being
for a
still
strike.
and clearing your
And
mind.
mindful.
Which is
Didn't
Yeah.
quite get enough
something
of
I
that
really
7
admire
pin.
about you.
I think, oh, thank
He'll
you.
have
I
to
think
shoot
that
at it,
does
make
help,
the
but it's
spare.
funny. I've been saying the same
Remain
thing to my
31
kids since
pins
they
up
were
with the
little.
conversion
Like,
of the 7
no,
pin
you have
after
to
5
not
frames.
always
Still
listen to something and just kind of
very
enjoy
good
being
shape.
out there. But it's like the world is fighting
Slide
against
ball.
you, right?
Spare.
There's so
Pick up
many
that 7
opportunities to
pin
fill your space
in
with
the fifth
everything.
frame.
It's kind of hard to sit there and do nothing. But you're right. It does
Parker's
flip
still
little
up
bits
in
at a
the
time,
match.
whether it's in your yoga or
He
by
recently went on a
telling your
nice
kids,
promotional
okay,
tour for
no,
Brunswick
they should
through in Asia,
I think you are
went to
doing the
Taiwan,
right
Hong
thing.
Kong,
Yeah.
and Japan
Spark your
after
creativity.
I get some of
turning
my
it
most
through
creative
Pennsylvania
thoughts
earlier
driving
this
to
year.
work
Nice
in the
trip.
morning. When I'm not doing
Nice trip,
100,
but I'll tell you what,
just
that'll
drive,
tire you out, traveling overseas
and your
like
mind
that,
is
going to
free,
all
but
those
I wonder
different
how free
countries,
it is
but,
otherwise,
Parker
And
enjoys
free
doing that kind of
mind
work, and he
quietness
enjoys
is so
striking,
important.
and he gets one
Shot
right here
in.
in the 6th frame.
Well, you're doing a good job.
Steve
Keep
Jaros
it up.
now
All right,
really
good morning, everybody. Look at the
has to get it
clouds out
going.
there.
Do you have any
We
hopes
really hope by now we
of
would start
beating
to see
Parker
some of
Bohn
that sunshine.
and winning the
It still
Japan
looks like
Cup
these
title?
clouds are going to break, but they do dominate for the
Well,
weekend.
no
It's
doubles in the
Friday.
first half
We
of
got
the
to start
game.
talking about the
He'll
weekend.
certainly
It
need
does
some in
feature
the
a lot
second
of
half in
clouds.
order to have
So
any chance
Saturday
against
looks
Parker.
mostly cloudy. I
That's
think we
coming
get some
back, and
breaks
there's
of
a
sun at
great
the end of
solid
the day,
shot
but
for
maybe
Steve
even a
Jaros
little
as he
spotty
gets the
drizzle
strike
to
in the
start.
6th
And that's going
frame.
to keep our
Able to
temperatures
get that
down
ball
a
six
little
to
bit
Jones.
to
on the back
66,
end,
still
so
warm
Jaros
for this time of year,
tried to
but not as warm as Sunday.
use that
Sunday's
strike and
even kind
work
of
on
sticky.
something.
So
Looked
it's
like he was
warm,
filing,
it's a
on
little
his
humid out
thumbs
there.
or
The
something.
winds are picking up
Well, a lot
during
of
the
times
day,
guys
so
will
it's
make
windy.
adjustments, maybe
Nothing
that
more
just
than a spotty
didn't
shower
quite have the
during
right
the day
feel,
on
so,
Sunday.
you
But
know,
what
it
about
takes
Sunday
care of
night?
that,
That's the issue. So let's look at future
wants to make
tracker.
sure that
So
the ball
Sunday
is
afternoon,
comfortable in
maybe
his
not
hand so that he can
100%
make as good a
dry,
shot as
maybe a
possible going
spotty
into
shower
this
around,
7th frame.
but mostly dry.
Working on
Then
that
we
squat.
watch to
Like to
Sunday
make it
night.
2
Look
in
what
a row.
happens by 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Oh.
We've got a line of storms
Another
moving
great
through the
shot.
area. Not only
Cuts
to
that
get
Double
it
on
down
6 and
right
7.
at that point, but maybe a gusty
Certainly
thunderstorm.
right
This is at 10
right
o'clock
at the time
Sunday
that he
night.
needs it
Even in
most.
the
If you
overnight
take a
hours,
look
by
just
2,
behind Steve on
it's
his
starting
right,
to
that's
push
his
off the
wife,
coast.
June.
It ends nice and early, but Sunday night is the issue for us.
So Parker
So are we talking about severe weather? You'll be
knows
hearing
that
about
the
a
Steve
tornado
Jaros will not go
outbreak
quietly
over the
in
weekend for areas
title
south,
match.
down to the deep south, out to the southwest. Not in our region at this point. The severe weather risk
Very
for
quiet.
Sunday night looks to be a 2 out of 5. So that's
Uh-oh.
storm predictions weather. That's chance
Parker
of
Bohn
seeing
Double
in
6
the
and
region,
7.
the area
So he
in
has a
yellow,
double.
a slight chance of seeing
Take
some
that
severe
lead
weather.
back up
But
10
this
more
could change
pins for
over the next
Parker and
couple
puts
days. So
Parker
make
in
sure
a
you
very,
keep
very
tuning in
good
over the
position once
weekend as we
again, but
fine tune that for Sunday night. Now A satellite
mathematically,
radar right now
this game
just showing
certainly
those
is not
stubborn
over.
clouds
There's a lot
that
that
are
can
having
be
a
done
tough time
in the
locating.
latter
They
stages
are
of the
low
game, and
clouds.
Steve
As you
Jaros
look at
putting
your hour
pressure
by
on Parker
hour
Bohn
forecast
III.
at 11 o'clock, it's still mostly cloudy.
Yeah,
By
this is
1
a long
o'clock,
way.
we
You had
expect to
mentioned
see
before
some of
for
that
PBA
sunshine,
Player
and
of the
that'll
Year
bring the
honors.
temperatures to the low 50s.
Parker won the Greater
In the upper
Harrisburg
50s
Open
at
earlier
3,
this year.
at 5
Also
o'clock
won in
it's
Detroit,
61
won in
before
Brentwood,
sunset.
California. A couple
At
of second
7
place
o'clock,
finishes.
and
He's
remember
had a
that
phenomenal
sunset is
year.
7:07.
Well, if anybody's going
It's
to
still
trip Parker
54
up for Player of the
degrees
Year,
with
it'll
some
probably be
sunshine.
Walter
If
A.
we're heading
Williams
out for your
Jr.
evening, there's
Oh.
already
What a
temperatures
shot to
dipping
hit
into
the
the
post.
40s.
The
Stop it,
sideboard
Simon.
went right in back of the
Cooler
7-10.
and cloudier
The
right
messenger
along
looked like
shore
it was
because
going to
of
get
that
there and
easterly
take care of
flow
the
that's
7,
there.
but
We
did
are
not
just in the
happen.
upper 40s,
Parker
where we
Bohn,
should break
best
it
he
out
can
to
do in the
60,
8th
61
frame.
in the city and the Lehigh
Will be a
Valley.
spare.
Your exclusive
And
AccuWeather
Parker
7-day
trying to make it
forecast
2
turning
wins
nice
here
and
in the
mild
Japan
after these
Cup.
stubborn clouds budge. 61.
back in
66 tomorrow with mostly cloudy
92.
skies. Sunday and
Weather and
tomorrow, it's
Monticelli
windy,
also
maybe
won
an
that
isolated
twice.
shower
It's
and
up to
69.
7
The issue
Spare.
for Sunday night, that's when we've got some heavy rain, even a gusty
Well, now
thunderstorm. So watch
certainly
for that
Steve
Sunday
Jaros
night.
getting
It's
up,
gone before the morning
working on a
commute.
couple of
The morning
strikes.
commute is clearing
And has
skies,
thrown,
16
two,
degrees
near
for the
perfect
high.
strikes.
For St. Patrick's Day, it's pretty nice.
would like to
Tuesday, sunny and
add
nice,
one
64.
right here.
Looks like we
Yeah.
could hit 70
Heat on
on
Parker.
Wednesday, a beautiful midweek.
Right now,
Thursday,
Parker
maybe a
Bohn
late
working
day
at a
spring shower. The
2:38
official
pace.
started spring, and it looks
Jaros
like it's almost
can
70.
get up to the
I think
2-team
spring's
pace
come a
with a
little
strike
early.
right here, and he does.
Jaros makes it 3 in a row.
These temperatures
He's
showing
coming
up.
back.
Oh, I'm so happy about that. Yeah.
See, Jaros strikes out, he can shoot a possible 248 game.
Still the comeback
Parker Bohn, as I said earlier, working at a 238 pace, so if Jaros continues to strike, it'll put the pressure on Parker Bohn to have to throw in another double or two in order to win this match. This is certainly not over. We've got a long way to go. In just a couple of frames to decide who's going to win the 98 Japan Cup.
AccuWeather is sponsored by Groundworks, your expert for basement waterproofing and foundation repair since 1997.
Jaros makes it 4 in a row.
Jaros now with 4 in a row, and Parker Bohn
Goldilocks
in the
chose
ninth.
to go hard in the high horsepower
Jaros kind of threw a prayer there. Boy, that was very, very light in the pocket. Tickled him over.
Drive your own story and Ram.
This March at Renewal by Anderson, replace your windows, your patio doors, or your entry door, and we're going to give you an amazing opportunity. You ready? Pay
Bounce shot
A
from
lot of
the
crowds
mouth.
on that ball. He's got to stare at those chin saying, yeah, you better fall.
Just to be clear, that's
Parker's a nice guy, but
I'm
he'll
talking
stare at those
about
pins,
no
give him a little
deposit,
bit of
no payments,
his wrath.
and no
times
interest
they'll
until
throw right back after that
September
7 or 10
2026. We don't know when we'll be able to offer this
Parker
special
now heads
financing
into
again.
the 10th
So get
frame.
in on this while you
We
can.
have got a match.
And did you know
If
over
Parker Bohn
60%
can
of all our
strike the
customers
first
choose to
ball in the
finance?
10th,
It just makes sense.
If Parker needs to double the lock, Jaros out.
Jaros with a possible 248.
Well, we
Parker
use
would
an
need to throw 2
exclusive
strikes
window
and
frame
attempt to
material.
shut him out.
It's called Fibrix.
Get into the
It
250.
never needs painting.
First shot in the
It's
10th.
twice as strong as vinyl. And
Gotta
it was
hurry.
designed to handle extreme temperature swings.
The same
with
7th, and
moisture
that's the
and
3rd one he
Display of what
left.
we saw in the 8th
Speaking of the
frame.
elements,
with
our
the head pin
signature
going to the
winter
sideboard and going
installation method
behind
protects your home from the
7
cold
pin.
during installation.
Right now, Parker
Replace your
Bohn, best he
windows,
can do,
patio doors,
238.
or your
Steve
front
Jaros
entry
sitting
door,
on the
and
bench
there's
knowing
no
that he
deposit, no
can control
payments,
his own
and no
fate.
interest
He can
until
get up and throw a couple
September
strikes in the 10th frame
2026.
to win this
Get 'em
tournament.
now and
Parker
pay
won his
down the
first title in
line.
Seattle back
Save
in 91 as he
$600
picks
on
up
every
the
window.
7-10. Not a member of the Hall of Fame yet.
Spare
With
in the
no
10th.
money down, no payments, and no
He will be
interest for
soon.
18 months. Celebrating 30
He will be a
years,
first
Renewal by
ballot
Anderson
inductee
is
into the Hall
backed
of
by
Fame. I can
Anderson,
guarantee you that with the
America's most
credentials that
trusted
he
window
has.
company.
That's
You can
certainly
depend on our
an
local
easy one.
team to do the job right and stand behind our work. That's
Steve
what you
Weber, I believe,
deserve.
being inducted.
Book a free window and door
Yeah.
inspection with us, and make sure to call
During the
before
tournament
March
camp.
31st to lock in our special financing.
Oof.
1-800-366-8600.
Shot on a first shot for 238.
1-800-366-8600.
Jaros next needs to double in the 10th.
238. Steve Jaros, possible 248.
Do you or a loved one suffer from
Needs the
varicose
first 2
veins,
strikes,
spider veins,
anything
leg
less,
pain or
Parker Bohn is your
cramps,
champion.
swollen legs, ulcers in the legs, or difficulty
Parker
standing
doesn't
for a
watch
long
his
period
opponent.
of time?
Still
Don't delay your visit to
watch.
USA Vein Clinics. The
Now
treatment only
he's
takes
peeking
15
still.
minutes. and
He
is
wants to
covered
see
by
this
most
shot.
insurance
Look pretty
plans.
good.
Schedule
Coming
a
back.
consultation today
will the
and
10th
get back
come
to
on?
doing the things
Oh,
you love.
the
Call
10.
267-270-5000.
No, the messenger did
Man.
not get over there. Parker Bohn is the winner of the 1998 Japan
Yeah,
Cup. And for
Parker
Steve
wins
Jaros,
on the
great
bench.
try, young man, but it's going to be
Goldilocks chose to
25,500
go hard in the high
consolation
horsepower
for second
Ram
place.
RH.
Parker Bohn wins this major tournament. And
Drive your own
there's
story
one from his mom.
and Ram.
So it's nice.
Now, Jean comes to a lot of the tournaments and very supportive of her boy. And
for me just a few days
doesn't
ago,
generally
Phoenix
disappoint.
Airmen
Oh.
Rescue came here to 6ABC
Steve will
to
just
film the
finish out
segment
the
Princess
and
and
another
Eh.
Princess was
10
in
pins, so Steve Jaros
What an awesome match.
finishes with a 220.
Hope you like it and subscribe.
Stubborn 10 pin